And I hope that, I don't know. I mean, do you ever think about what this country looks like in 30 years?
Yeah.
What do you think it looks like?
It's hot. It's so much hotter. I mean, Alaska will be like beachfront property, probably.
Right. Maybe,
Most people are probably in Montana. The Southwest is probably pretty unlivable. Places like Texas, pretty unlivable. You know, I just think about like the temperature. I just think about, like, have you seen First Reformed? That guy?
No, what is that?
That movie with Ethan Hawke, where he's a priest and he meets a guy who's all about climate breakdown and everything. And that guy, well, I don't want to spoil the movie for people.
Who gives a shit?
The guy ends up killing himself because he can't justify bringing a child into this world because he gets his girlfriend pregnant and he's all into like the ice caps melting and everything. He kills himself. Ethan Hawke was a guy who was trying to help him out through all of his depression and stuff. And then he eventually goes crazy. And he realizes that his church is backed by a mega church, which is backed by this oil company that's just destroying the earth. And he becomes basically like, he thinks he's going to be a terrorist and like bring this whole thing down. I won't reveal the ending, but it's a great movie. It came out last year. So I think of the country like that, just as an unlivable place.
I didn't know enough about climate to know what's going to happen. It's very possible that you can have a lot of the countries not looking great, sea level rise, you know?
It seems to be like the global economic collapse where you can't really predict when it's going to happen.
I like what Ray said. He goes, yeah, you bring kids into the world. But then somebody goes, then what happens? And Ray goes, they burn. It is what it is. Nobody gave a shit about us. Parents give a shit about us. I mean, I think I have to go to New York for a week. I don't know. I just got off the road with Bert, and I might go to New York. I'm still deciding. I might not. I might just go for 4 days, see my mother, and do some shows there. I need to get a little New York juice. I need to walk around a little. I need to get on stage a bunch. I need to just get a little juice. Not literal juice. It's not keto. I need to just... I ordered Grubhub tonight. They just didn't come. The driver just stole the food again. It's the second time a Grubhub driver has stolen food. Are people so desperate now for food that they're signing up with the Grubhub accounts to just steal dinner? I mean, is that what's going on?
Probably. You get away with it if you do it. I've done it.
You can do it a million different times, right?
Yeah, it's fine. Devin does it all the time.
Yeah. Well, you just turn your phone off and go eat someone's food?
You just turn your phone off, go home.
Just eat the food.
Yeah.
Great. Where is Devin? What's he doing?
He's at Bev's, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, the Uber driver today, the Grubhub, I'm like, there's something great about New York. Remember when you went and just the bacon and eggs that guy made in that diner so quick?
So quick.
And then we went and got those sandwiches. They were done before we ordered them.
Yeah.
There's something about being in an environment where like you have to be competent. It's required. It's sharp, like you're sharp. And there's something about that I mean, I'm in LA for the long haul and I love it here. But I think I need a little dose. My living situation is very interesting. Without saying too much about it, it's odd. It's very odd. I don't know what's going on here. I'm living in a divorce. Literally. I moved into like a separation and I don't know what's happening. And the communication is not good. And I've lived in a lot of wild situations, but I'm at the end of these, and the next place I'm going to live. I've just got to live alone and in a quiet, non-drama place. And a lot of these crazy people I surround myself with are funny and wild, and they are great material. And I'm getting too old. I'm funny enough now. I have enough of them. I can, you start paying a price eventually for being around crazy people. Crazy people are funny. I mean, I was at dinner the other night with a bunch of people. And they were like nice. They were couples. It was so fucking boring, because they're good people, like sweet, nice people. Those types of people need to have a few drinks to get a little loose, And then, they're still boring, but they're like sweet and nice. And I was just like, oh yeah. I mean, I've just spent my life around hucksters, thieves, liars, cheaters, carnival people, the circus, crazies, drunks, vagabonds, drunks, whores, derelicts. And I really wouldn't have it any other way. But at this point, at 34 or 35, I don't even know how old I am anymore. 85, I got 35. I don't even know. But I really don't know my age. I'm 85. What am I, 34 or 35?
You're 34, I think. You turned 35 in January. Maybe.
Who cares? The point is, I do. But I've spent my life. You start thinking when you're 35, you start thinking, you're going, is this it? Like, is this what it's going to be? Just Looney Tunes? And everyone in my business, I love them all. And you know me, I don't mean that at all. I could mean nothing. I don't mean anything less than that. I've never meant anything less than the statement I've just said. Nothing less. But everyone in my business is insane. I don't care if they're in Ferraris and you get to a point you go, I don't know. Maybe I just want to live one fucking day in the reality of that kid and his parents who found my phone and just tried all day to get it back to me. You know? It's just like, as you get older, you're like, oh, that's nice. You know, you see all these people partying. I was just on the road with Bert. You see everyone party. Like, people just go out and party and get shit-faced. And that's it. They just want to get loose. They work Monday through Friday so that they can go out and get hammered. You know? Get fucked up. Fall asleep in an Uber. You know? I was in an Uber one day and the guy goes, yeah, I keep smelling salts in my thing to wake people up so I could kick them out of the car because they pass out in the car. Because everybody gets out and gets so fucked up. That's what it is for a lot of people. They just want to get, people's brains are made out of Play-Doh. And then we have to expect that they're all going to say, you know? I mean, but I think about that sometimes. I'm like, God, what a fucking, I got to start really looking at people that I know are, I will make friends with people knowing full well that I go, oh, that's a psychopath. That's a psychopathic personality. Clinical. You go, oh, that's clinical, psychopathic personality. It's a diagnose. It's a diagnosis you could make. And I'll become friends with a person like that. And then, a year down the road, I'll be like, oh, they're nuts. Like knowing full well that these are people that I get into arrangements with, knowing full well that because they're fun. They're just fun. And, you start to realize that fun has a real price. There's a real price tag on fun. Fun is expensive. Fun is very expensive. I've had a lot of fun. I have very few meaningful relationships with people, but I've had a lot of fun. And I do have some meaningful relationships with people, but I look around at a lot of the people I'm around and I'm like, God, these people are they can't even control how crazy they are anymore. They're just on a ride that they've lost control of. And they're just doing their best to still kind of like, make a fun face for the picture when we all go down the roller coaster. But, so I think at this point I'm gonna transition to a woman. I thought about it. I mean, people seem happy. You seem happy if you fully embrace insanity. Mm. If you're like 350 pounds, 400 pounds, and you just say, that's me. That's me. My dick doesn't work. I can barely move. The only thing I enjoy is drinking paint thinner. You know, I just want to walk around this casino. And what would money do? I look at all these people at casinos. I'm like, what would money even do for you? You can't move. What would money do? I guess it would be nicer. You'd just sit in a mansion and eat tater tots. Because that's what they serve as a side in 30, 40% of the restaurants in America is tater tots. Mm-hmm. You know? You look at people, you go, well, what do you hope? Or you just become one of those old fat racists on Long Island. Those old guys who sit at a bar, who's been just handed everything their whole life, but they still find fault. They still find like they've been denied. They've had the easiest lives of anyone. They've been given houses and cars, no-show union jobs or corporate jobs. They show up. Then they go to some steakhouse every night. They just get hammered, eat steak. They just get fatter and fatter. Their dicks shrink up and go inside their bodies. They can't barely fuck their wives anymore. And their hero is Donald Trump. They love Donald Trump because he's calling it because it's these Mexicans and he's giving it to them. It's like you can barely move from one room to the next. You're completely, your body is being eaten by cancers and they just, you know, somehow they do it. Somehow they do it. You know, if you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.